Hey guys, it's Amy, and I know it's been a long time since I've posted on here, and this video is so out of the ordinary. I've never posted a video like this, I feel like. But I also just wanted to let you guys know that this is not something like this video, these types of videos, my K-pop opinions, is not something that I just want to normalize on my channel. This is not what my whole channel is going to be about, because I personally don't really follow onto a lot of channels that are like, oh, my K-pop opinions, and it's like something awful. Okay, I kind of switched a little bit on the audio settings, my bad. It was a little echoey, and usually for song recording it's nice, but not right now. I'm not going to give you a long explanation. Basically, I have to deal with school, I have to deal with work, and a lot of things in my life. So I did take a huge break from this channel. I honestly was thinking about a lot of things, but I did want to share this video because I did take a step away from the K-pop community as a whole because of, I started growing up. And not saying that, like, when you grow up, you stop liking K-pop. That's not what I'm saying, because I know a lot of adults my age or older still like K-pop. Anyways, I'm just saying life happened to me. A lot of stuff happened to me, and I took a step back. I did. And these opinions are basically me taking a step back and actually looking at the community. Again, this is not me trying to offend the community as a whole, because, I'm a K-pop fan. I've been going to twice. I literally went to Twice concert this year. Enjoyed it. It was great. It was amazing. These are the stuff that I noticed. If you take offense, if you think that you're gonna take offense, please don't wear the shoe that doesn't fit, okay? Starting off with number one, idols should be allowed to smoke. I feel like, like in Korea, it's seen as a really bad thing compared to America, which a lot of people need to also put in mind. But I feel like a lot of people judge a lot of idols for smoking and such. And in reality, it's like, dude, I feel like it's usually coming from international fans. And if I'm correct, there's in America, there's a lot of people that smoke. Okay, there is a lot of people that smoke around, and you don't go up to them and you're like, you know what, I'm a hater. Like, you should stop smoking or anything like that. It's just like, I just don't understand that concept. And again, I don't smoke cigarettes or anything, or like vape or anything. But again, people, if they're adults, they're gonna do what they want to do. And just the fact of like people, you're an idol, and if you need to smoke a cigarette to so-called calm yourself down, because I do know personal family members that do that to calm down. If it works for you, it works for you, okay? It's not like they're literally inhaling like drugs, like if I'm gonna be for real, like literally drugs. And I also just want to quickly mention, like, yes, I do know that smoking is bad for you, but some people are still just gonna do it. You canceling these idols and trying to be like, you can't smoke, is not going to stop them. It's not. And for that, I'm saying a lot of people do have this like thing over idols, because it's like, you're an idol, you should be a role model, you smoking, blah 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 blah, like your fans like could follow and everything. I just feel like that argument is so stupid, unless your fan base literally, like, if you're Jojo Siwa and you present your audience to literal kids, that's something different. Whereas like BTS or like any other idol group that's like a full on like adults already live their life, like they're not in their teenager years doing this stuff, like they're not responsible for your kid. And I'm gonna be so clear on that. You can only restrict because people are scared that their kids could look at the idols by looking them up on social media and be like, oh my god, they smoke, I should be able to smoke. In reality, again, I've been through high school, graduated high school. A lot of high schoolers in America start smoking in high school because it just spreads around. There was a lot of Juul around when I went. There was just a lot of everything, and everyone offered me like, oh, you want this, you want this, I'm selling this. It will happen. And if you as a parent don't want your kid, obviously to smoke, I understand that. But you're also, there's a certain age where it's like, when your kid is like 13 years old, I believe that's the age where they can hit social media, and then they go, and then that's also the age that they should be heading off like 8th grade to high school as well. It's like, okay, don't have your kid on social media if they're not old enough to use social media. I'm sorry, but it's true. That's my personal opinion. And again, they're about to be in high school. They're already going to be exposed to that. The best you can do is to educate them correctly on, what certain things are used for and such. I'm a big believer of like, you try it once and then see if you like it. If you don't, then don't try it at all again. I'm pretty sure President Obama said something like that, where he tried something for once and then he never tried it again. Like, because you gotta try something, you just gotta try things in life. I'm not trying to promote smoking. I'm not trying to promote drug use. This is not anything like that. If a BTS member wants to smoke, I feel like he should be able to smoke without people being like, my kid looks up to you. Like, okay, then take care of your kid. He's not in charge of your kid. Dude is going to the military. Just because he's going to the military, does that mean your kid is going to go to the military? I'm not sure, dude. On to the next one. People purposely put two idols against each other in videos, and it's like it I see a lot on TikTok, and I know that these videos are like compilation. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those videos that's like, oh, ranking blah 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 idol to this blah blah blah. And it's just like a bunch of ranking stuff. And I get it, it's fun for some people, but I feel like people also purposely do that to have the comment section be in fan wars. I personally would not put a video out if I know it's going to, well, depending on what it is, but like obviously like don't want fan wars in my section. I'm not gonna be like, who's the best dancer? Oh, Lisa from Blackpink, Momo from Twice. Like I'm not gonna do that because I personally think a lot of idols are really great dancers, and it's an opinion. That's what I think. And people, I don't understand how people don't see that. And then there's a whole fan war in the comments, and then they're like, guys, I don't want a fan war. Like, like, I don't know if you're new to the K-pop community, but that's how it always goes. I've been in this stuff. Like, I don't even have to be here for 6 years to know that there is so much toxicity when it comes to those videos. Next one. I really think, okay, when I started getting into K-pop, Twice was one of the groups that I was introduced to. And I love them. Love the title tracks. Was great. Yeah, but I didn't listen to their B-sides as much. I wasn't as like strong of a once as before. But I just want to give a huge shout out to Twice because I feel like people say that Twice are really lazy compared like when they look up like bad stages of them and they're like they're not really trying or whatever. May I remind you, Twice is on a world tour for like a long time, man. A long time. They barely get any rest. Comeback after comeback. If it's not a Korean, it's an one in America. If it's not in America, it's a Japanese one. They are doing back to back. They are not lazy. They work really hard, and personally for me, they're one of the best girl groups. They're my favorite girl group. And if it's not for you, that's okay. But this is my opinion. I think they're one of the best girl groups in this entire world, and they're my favorite. And dare I say, they're really up there because one thing about Twice is that I've never seen so much commitment to a group other than Twice. Because, you could probably name other groups and such, but like after years, there's either a member that leaves or a member that's kicked out. Like they choose to leave, they get kicked out, they're on like all of these things, but Twice has managed to keep bringing it back and coming back. Like they have always said since day one, and I know a lot of people are saying that Twice are overworked and such like that. I don't know what goes on in the JYP entertainment because I don't work there, and I feel like a lot of people think they know everything because of like small information that they see or like a video edit on Instagram or something. You don't work at the company. You don't know. This is my small little opinion, but like Twice have always said that they enjoy their work. This is what they were born to do. They renewed the contract. They all agreed that this is something that they want to do. This is their dreams. They have always stated that from the front. And I get being overworked and such, but this is something that they want to do. They chose to do it, and I think that that's something that's very very like admirable, I guess, to me, because like they really want to work hard, they want to put themselves out there. And I think people don't pay attention much to that. They look at the bad side. Oh, they can't sing live, blah blah blah. But they are really good at performances. When I went to go see Twice live in concert 2023, my boyfriend bought us tickets really close, which like was great. It was really great. I got to see them full on, and it was amazing, guys. It truly was. Like, you guys need to go to a Twice concert compared to other concerts that I've seen. Again, not trying to shade any other groups. This is my experiences so far. I think that Twice has really outdone a lot. Like, they really perform really, really well. They have different stages and such that just really entertain the audience, and I feel like people should pay attention to that because they work really, really hard. They're not lazy. Moving on to the next one. A lot of people, okay, this is kind of tying into the other one when people purposely put two idols next to each other. This one's like comparing dancers. Just because a member is popular doesn't make it the best. I'm not going to point any fingers. I'm not talking about any specific idol because there's a lot of idols who are famous and, so and so. A lot of people try making just because the idol's really popular, very, um, yeah, very popular. What the fuck? very popular that they are the best idol. Just because an idol is very popular doesn't mean that they're the best at a certain thing. Not saying that that go again. This doesn't go for everyone. There's a lot of idols that deserve that popularity because they are good at some. But then it's just very like when it comes to rappers, when it comes to dancers or singers, it's like some of those idols genuinely cannot rap or don't dance great like a dancer, and that's okay. But when people go out of line and they try to tear other idols down and trying to put their idols up, when their idol is only because of like the popularity, it just gets to me because it doesn't like, I don't know. People tend to forget the old idols that have been here for generations, like probably before BTS and such, are really great dancers, and they choose like the ones that are most recent, that and they're like, but these are better. These idols are better because they're more popular. But it's like those old idols who are really good dancers used to be really popular too, and they still are. It's just you are not there. It's usually from new K-pop fans that come into the community and don't know about history back then. Moving on to the next one. Mama is basically a popularity contest. I don't care what anyone says. There are so many groups that deserve to have certain wins or like certain performances that they've been robbed out of, or like just nominations. Like when Stray Kids wasn't nominated but they were invited to perform was the biggest like steal. If you're a stay, you know. You've been there. But like not just them. I feel like there's a lot of groups that like again like of course people are going to be like duh, like it's a popular, yeah, because like people have to vote for the group. But it's like when you really think about it, you could be fans of three groups. If you're a multi-stan, you could be fans of like three groups that are like nominated for the same thing, the groups that you love. But are you gonna go for the group that you really, really love because you want to show your support? Or are you gonna go for the group that like really deserves it? You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of people take that into heart of like, because this is your fave, like this is your ultimate group that you like stan, whatever, you have to vote for them. But I feel like there's a lot of people who appreciate music that will be like, okay, you know what? This is my favorite artist, but I'm gonna put, I didn't actually really like this album, or this artist I love, but this other artist I feel like did so good with this comeback, and I'm gonna vote for them instead. And I feel like that's not bad. I don't know about you, but again, loyalty, whatever you call it, I'm gonna pick the song that I truly believe deserves the win, that truly impacted me this year. That's who I'm gonna vote for. Whereas other fans feel like they need to vote for their faves, otherwise they're called a fake fan, or just because it's their fave. And I just feel like sometimes it's unfair because again, it's a popularity contest. The more the group that has the most fans are gonna get voted more. And then again, this is no shade. I don't want to bring any groups to this, but I feel like a few years, I don't know if it's been a few years ago, there was a certain girl group that was robbed out of best performance and another girl group got it, and I personally felt like it was unfair because the other group had more popularity. But again, the other group didn't have, in my personal opinion, didn't have the best performance, and a lot of people agreed with that same thing. They didn't have the best performance compared to the other girl group that did so amazing. Even if they didn't win, they did so amazing on their performance at Mama's. That's just so crazy to me. That is. Next one, I don't like it when people keep mentioning surgery when it comes to a K-pop idol's face. I'm not going to mention who, but there's a lot of idols that like, yeah, you could tell they have plastic surgery. And the other ones where it's just like, well, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm not going to deny that they have plastic surgery or not because I am not their plastic surgeon. And I feel like it was just a lot of controversy because there was a plastic surgeon on TikTok that was like being like, this K-pop idol got this one. And it's like, it's none of your business. It really, like it, and I feel like there was also a thing on TikTok where they're like, okay, no one's gonna know if they got plastic surgery unless it's like their surgeon and such. Like, it's not something you just go telling other people. You know what I mean? And I feel like unless you're like, I don't know, the Kardashians who lied about having plastic surgery and such, then yeah, you should get upset. But like every time I see an evolution of like an idol from like when they first started training or like debut and such, and then they go to like the recent year, the most present year, and then people are like, well, she's definitely had surgery and blah blah. And you know what I noticed? This is mostly happening to girls. Girls are the ones that are getting that she got plastic surgery and such. And it just like breaks my heart because the video was not about, like, the original video is not about that. We're just seeing her growth. And you might say, well, she got filler or blah blah blah. Like, we're not talking about that. She was a kid and now she's a grown adult. Again, I'm not denying her everything. You could, if it's a video talking about plastic surgery, okay, if you want to really like make your life about that and really talk about that and go in depth, it's okay, that's you. That's okay. I mean, I don't know why you would want to bore yourself with that and really like dive in, because that's kind of weird. If I had plastic surgery and my friends kept talking about it, that'd be weird to me. That would be weird. I would not want someone talking about if I had plastic surgery or something and make a whole like comment section about it, because it's like, why do you care enough? Why do you care enough? I just don't like it. Like, it's an innocent video and then you just want to comment like she had that. Like, shut up. Please shut up. Why do you care so much? Oh, because people keep saying that she's not, and it's like so annoying when people deny it. Okay, I just don't understand why you care enough. If you're the one that's being upset why people care so much to deny it, you are caring too much to not deny it. Stay in your own lane. Like, don't, like, people just they're so annoyed with that. That's why I'm not naming any idols, because there's a lot of people who already will put that idol on blast. I'm not gonna do that. The last one today, guys, is going to be those TikTok lives where they debate on K-pop topics. I feel like when I took a step out of the K-pop community, I really saw how people interact with each other online and how people act really childish. I don't know, it just like is so hard to believe that I was one of those people that I would defend my faith over anything and such. Like, that was my life. And again, if that's you, like, live your own life. I'm gonna assume you're really young, because I honestly, wholeheartedly do not have the time to just go on social media and argue and defend every group that I would want to defend like I did before. But like, I feel like people grow up, like a lot of like K-pop creators don't even go, like the OGs don't even go on there because it's just gotten so hectic. There's just a lot of lives that like I swipe and it's like a really controversial K-pop opinion that's like, oh, this group is bad or whatever. And people really go on those lives to argue and such, like, and people will be like, well, it's a debate. If you don't like it, then you can leave. This is a debate for us. But it's just like, personally for me, I just find it really like disappointing and sad that like people choose to spend their time talking about this. And you may be calling me a hypocrite right now because I'm doing my K-pop opinions. Mind you, I am not doing any aggression to any idol. I am being fair with the stuff that I'm saying. Again, I'm not naming any idol whereas other people will name those idols. I am here to enjoy K-pop. I'm here to enjoy the not the community. Well, I actually enjoy the community when I go to concerts. I'm here to have a fun time, not a time where it's gonna be stressful. Because honestly, all these idols get into controversies where they do something problematic and such. And I get it. Back then when I was young, I would want to be like, I want to support the group that's least controversial or has no controversies. When in reality, being in here for like, what, since 2019, I've already seen so many stuff happen. And honestly, a lot of the groups are not safe. You just gotta wait until one of them messes up. I'm sorry, but it honestly like keeps coming in. If you're lucky to find a group that hasn't done that, like, okay, congratulations. But I feel like people congratulate groups that like they're like super unproblematic. Like, we shouldn't be congratulating a group for not being unproblematic. That should just be basic human decency, to not be offensive to cultures and such. But that's my personal opinion. Again, I support groups or listen to groups that have done controversial things, but I don't let it get to me the way that the K-pop community does, because a lot of people, and again, I'm holding them accountable. What they did was wrong, depending on the group. Again, I'm not speaking for every group because I don't know all the stuff that other groups have done. For me, I'm going to listen to music. I'm going to rest and chill, because in real life, I'm not going to go up to someone and be like, "Oh, you support this group? Well, they've did something controversial. I don't support you." I feel like in real life, people don't do that. There's like Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, and such in the Western, and all of that. Olivia Rodrigo, like Sabrina Carpenter, like, people don't go up to you and be like, "Oh, you support them? Well, she actually did this, or she caused a lot of people to hate this person. I don't support you." People don't do that. If you do encounter someone like that, I am so sorry for you, because in this world, like, it's just so weird. Like, you have a life to live. Do not let K-pop just suck you in all the way and make you not support someone just because you're afraid of getting hate and such. Like, there will always be supporters for every group, no matter what they did. Support if you want to support. Don't just stay out of trouble, guys. Stay out of trouble. And that's all I have to say for this video. Live, laugh, love K-pop. I don't know.